Hi, I'm CJ Altmer with Transwest Truck Trailer RV in Frederick, Colorado. So behind me is a brand new Cimarron. This is something that we have started to dabble in a little bit. This is actually gonna be a Polo trailer. So for some Polo ponies out there, this is a really cool setup. This is the Cimarron's Winstar model. This is an 8-horse sitting behind us here. So unfortunately, this trailer is sold. It's an order. So at least from this standpoint, you'll be able to get a good reference, but we're gonna walk you through this trailer and show you how it's set up, the options we put on it. So let's go ahead and take a look at that drawing so I can kind of show you some specs on how this trailer's set up. On this one here, we went 8 foot wide, 7'1" tall. That's standard height on our Cimarron horse trailers. It's right at about 31 foot on the floor. We have a front tack room on this one. Now in this setup, it gets interesting because we did a 2 foot offset. More of the most common Polo trailers out there will have a load straight across the trailer. So there's a lot of opinions in it. When we get to the stall area, I'll show you why we went with the 2 foot offset to at least give us some horses a little bit of a slant to stand on. But let's go ahead and start looking at this trailer. All aluminum construction from Cimarron, 8-year structure warranty, 3-year hardware warranty, and a 1-year no questions asked warranty on the tires. We'll talk a little bit more about that. First and foremost, we're gonna get up here to the nose. This is a white sheeted trailer. You're gonna get the 3 marker lights, the button lights on the front, up on the top rail. That actually became standard on the 24 models moving forward. We were doing that in a lot of these bigger custom trailers. They went ahead and just made that a standard option there. As far as the gooseneck goes, this coupler, they came up with the design with B&W. So B&W hitches actually came up with this. This is about the 3rd generation. We've changed it over the time, give us this low profile handle, give us 1 more hole drilled in there. So if you're pulling it with a bigger truck, maybe like a haul or something like that, where we need this coupler to slide up in this stem a little bit more, that way it slides up, we can adjust it, make sure it's running level. This guy's rated for 25,000 pounds. It's good to, and it's nice to work with a company that's willing to listen to you and get feedback. And again, this is the 3rd generation, and we really are happy with the way this one's set up. Underneath the gooseneck, I mean, this is a fairly good sized trailer, so why even mess around and get you the equalizer electric over hydraulic jack rather than the manual? Again, bigger trailer, it's nicer to just push a button and up and down this trailer goes. The other cool thing is this guy's got the manual override. This is the system that Cimarron likes to use. We actually put these on our trailers after the fact here as well if somebody wants to upgrade. We like the manual option. If you get in emergency situations, you know, have to crank it on or off the trailer, you can pump it on or off. That's a good setup there. With that, you're gonna get your aluminum battery box, 12-volt battery disconnect. That is all part of the standard package. We used to just put the disconnects on our trailers, and then over the years, Cimarron said, hey, let's just go ahead and make it part of the standard package. It only makes sense, but room for, you could store some other items in here, add a second 12-volt battery if you'd like. You can lock this, but boy, it's sure nice to be able to push a button and up and down it goes. The way this guy operates is we've done some really short, condensed videos on how to operate this manually. If you're interested in that, just let us know. We can send you the link to that, and it shows you how to pump this on or off the actual truck itself. This is the wraparound style nose. It's a good, sleek look. There's 2 versions of the nose that Cimarron uses. If we actually just kind of glance to the trailers in the background, you'll see that's the VP style nose, to where this one here has got the bottom rail, that rocker panel that comes up and around, again, just giving a good look to this trailer itself. Now on this one, again, a lot of these Polo trailers will have a straight wall tack room. This one, again, we've got a 2 foot offset. So on this one here, we're gonna have the tack door carpeted. You got bridle hooks on each door. We'll get to the driver's side when we get to the other side of the trailer, but these are aluminum powder coated, so they're really stout. Nice to be able to have some tack right here. Brush tray for your smaller miscellaneous items. Hoof picks, brushes, fly sprays, any other ointments, anything like that you can throw in there. Then as we come in, on the partition wall, we've completely carpeted the partition wall, so it'll protect all of our tack that we have there. Saddles, actual tack itself, blankets. You've got 2 recessed posts, 4 saddle pads per. These are all adjustable, which is really nice. So if you want to change the sequencing, change the way they're set up, slide them up and down, you can. You just loosen the nut, slide them where you want, tighten them up. In the middle, you've got 10 blanket poles. So again, those can be adjusted. You can move them from post to post if you want. A couple set of hooks, kind of favored towards each side of the trailer there, so some additional hooks for you. Rubber on the floor. And then we've got a partial boot box, the 12-inch boot box. Throw some other miscellaneous items in there. Use it as a bench if you need to hang out for a little bit, or if you need to hop into the gooseneck area, it works as a bench there. Carpet on the deck, carpet on the drop wall, so you have, you know, everything there is nice and protected. As you can see, with this being 8 wide, you know, this is a massive nose for storage for sure in this setup. On all front tack rooms, they're going to go ahead and pre-frame for an air conditioner, or if you wanted to just do like a manual crank vent, 12-volt vent, something along those lines, that part of it's already done. It saves a lot of time and money by actually having these pieces actually welded to these bows just for that reason. But an air conditioner and those vents all they have the same footprint, so it's easy to just cut out the roof, attach the air conditioner or that vent right there, and then seal it up. A couple LED lights on each side. There's switches on each side, so no matter what side of the tack room you come in on, you've got the switches right there. But it is definitely nice to have some interior lights. And we've just learned that over the years by having 2 access points in these tack rooms. Let's have a switch on each one, so no matter which way you come in, you can turn on the lights. Fold up step, making it really easy getting in and out of this trailer. And then this is the Winstar model. So as you can see, we have stock sides on each one. That's very popular with these Polo trailers. Plexiglass, so you have an insert right here. This track's built into all Cimarron quote-unquote stock sided trailers. There's a couple different models, but as far as these are concerned, they're gonna have that track. This notch is about 4 foot off of the tack room on each side. And why that is they want to keep 4-foot sections, so when you want to take these out, you can actually take them out and they're a little easier to handle. Always recommend, you know, keeping, you know, a roll of masking tape and a Sharpie, so when you go to pull these out, you take out passenger lower, tape them together, write it on their passenger lower. Do the same for the upper, then do the other side as well, because we have different lengths. So instead of having all these puzzle pieces, now we got to figure out where they're at. It'll save so much time and hassle by knowing exactly where these pieces go when you go to put them back in the trailer itself. Couple 16-inch awning lights. You got one above the tack door and then one back here, middle of the wheel well area. They shoot down and out, give you good light coverage on the outside of the trailer. If you got horses tied up, you have those lights. A lot of tie rings on each side of this trailer. More can be added. That's definitely something can be done. All your upright posts, we can put those, but you got a good amount there. 8 on this side. I'm going to assume we've got 8 on the other side. We'll confirm that when we get over there. But with that being an 8-horse, they usually try to match them up on each side of the trailer. Amber turn signal. This is a very small upgrade, but we are big believers in it. This is a long trailer. Our turn signal on the truck's a long ways away, turn signal at the back of the trailer. What about all this real estate in between? A lot of people don't pay attention to trailers, especially when we're trying to get over. This guy here will indicate when we have our blinkers on, when we hit brakes, and it works as a nice big marker light as well when you look down the side of this trailer. So that's a small upgrade, but we definitely like doing that piece to our trailers. Axles, we have 2 8,000-pound Dexter rubber torsion axles. Electric brakes, nice big 17.5-inch wheels and tires on this guy. So these are 16-ply tires, the Coopers. Nice big heavy-duty set underneath here. You're also going to get a 1-year, no questions asked warranty on these tires. So if we catch road debris, you catch a nail, blowout, anything like that, with it, from date of purchase, they'll stand behind it. No questions asked, they'll replace the tire for 1 year. So definitely a nice feature there. All right, at the back here, we've got the dual 50/50 doors, the gate style, so it's got the plexiglass as well. But as you can see, we got kick mats on the doors to protect everybody there. and then the ramp over. So we'll shut these rear doors and then put the ramp up over this. This is your typical, you know, setup for these Polo type trailers. You're gonna have two 8-inch awning lights. So 2 more load lights at the back here. Everything's on an individual switch. So the interior lights, your exteriors are all on individuals. Then as we get in here, the rear divider's a telescoping. So if we want to get it out actually against the wall itself, we can shrink it down. Pads on all these dividers. These are solid dividers, big springs. As you can see, this trailer's tipped towards passenger side. But as I release these springs are going to want to start pulling them towards that driver's side. So imagine us even on flat ground. I mean, it's going to go against that driver's side wall there. But what Cimarron's tried to do is they've tried to make everything one-handed operation. So we can lead a horse, open these gates with these slam paddle latches. And again, the springs want to pull them towards that side. So now I don't have to hold an actual divider open. And as you can see, we work forward to our first few stalls here. So the very first 2 dividers are actually going to be stud dividers. So definitely nice to have a couple of these on this size of a trailer, but the solid wall that goes down to the floor. So if you're using additional these for additional storage, you know, we don't have to worry about things getting underneath the horses in transit. But if you need a couple to separate that just need that little protection and protect everybody else, it's nice to have a couple of these stud dividers in these trailers already. These bigger stud dividers are a little bit heavier because we have more material. So again, you can see them, that spring is still trying to keep them towards driver's side, but you throw it on flat surface and it'll make a world of a difference there. Again, the kick mat all the way around. These recessed paddle latches, these are aluminum powder coated, and then a heavy UHMW plastic paddle latch, so we don't have metal to metal contact, creating a lot of rattle, a lot of noise in these trailers. So with that being said, we kind of talked about this 2-foot offset. So if you've ever ridden in a trailer or just even stood up in a moving vehicle, if you stand straight across, like most of the loads on a lot of these Polo trailers where they're straight across, you know, it's putting a lot of stress on the animals, because if you stand in a vehicle and it's moving and you brake or accelerate, you know, it's wanting to really throw you one way or the other. And I challenge you, because I think a lot of times I've been in those situations and we end up doing just like the horses do. We kind of stand on a little bit of a slant. That way we kind of brace ourselves, we can kind of move forward to back, but our big motions on these trailers are going to be forward to backwards. So now the horses are literally getting thrown into walls, dividers, or backwards, vice versa. To where if they're on a little bit of a slant, it gives them the capability to brace themselves a little bit better. So again, we did the 2-foot offset. So on our front tack room, we have a 4-foot short wall with a 6-foot long wall. And a lot of these Polo trailers, the stalls are 36 inches. That's what these are here. But again, we gave the horses a little bit of a slant so they can brace themselves a little bit better. Now, it added a little bit of footage to link to the trailer, but nothing substantial, especially when we did that telescoping divider at the back. It really allowed us to make this a little bit more accommodating for the horses. Because the other thing you have to realize too, when we get into the axle area, you know, these are 8,000-pound axles, so they're going to be a little bit deeper as far as the set into the stall area. So when we get to these stalls right here, where these horses are going to be in these stalls, you know, now we have to deal with these wheel wells. So by us giving that 2-foot offset, you know, it's going to give a little bit more length to each stall. So again, just giving them a little bit more room and just accommodation for the horses themselves. Now, because of the plexiglass over here on driver's side, you know, I can't throw a lead rope around this post when the plexiglass is in, but you do have tie rings in the stalls. So you've got a couple of them in the stall, whether it's you're tying them up, hay bag, whatever you need, you've got a couple of those in there. So 2-way roof fence, so we can manipulate that airflow. We can grab air and force it down. We can release air. We can create a little bit of a vacuum by the way you open them up. But what's really important up there is that roof. So that is the standard roof on all Cimarrons. That is a 1/2 inch thick reinforced honeycomb design roof. So it's a standard insulated roof. It'll take substantial hail. I can walk on this roof, take 150 pounds per square foot. It will take substantial hail to do any damage to these, but we had a hailstorm here May 9th last year. It dinged every aluminum trailer roof we had on the lot. Our Cimarrons were fine. The only just issues we had are maybe on some living quarters with some vent covers, stuff like that got cracked. But our roofs made it out just fine. Now, the important thing is, in my opinion, what it does for stall area, just temperature. It'll keep this stall area 20% cooler than aluminum sheeted roofs, so keeping our horses more comfortable. So that is a standard option there. We flip to the other side of the trailer, and we'll talk about the floor. Now we're standing on the industry's best floor. 4-inch centers. So those centers run across the trailer the full length. Wherever you have a horse standing on this floor, on a Cimarron, they're standing on a support beam. Other manufacturers will spread theirs out. That's where pits can occur, and then urine will collect. Then you have to worry about corrosion, those type of issues there. But you're starting off with the industry's best floor, and then we're building up from there. No rubber mats on this one. We went with worm flooring. So now it's permanent, unpenetrable rubber mat. We don't have to pull mats. We don't have to wrestle those. We don't have to yank them out, power wash, put them back in. It's not a fun job when you're messing with those mats. So definitely a nice upgrade there. Things are a little sticky this morning. It is cold. All right, I'm going to show you. I'm going to get these back doors shut, because I want to show you one more thing on the back of this, and that is backup lights. So this is a feature that we've been putting on quite a few of our build trailers, a lot of our inventory. Same thing, kind of those amber turn signals. Truck's a long ways away. Our backup lights on the truck is a good amount, good distance from the back of this trailer. So you're going to get places in the dark, unfamiliar places, even just at home. It's nice to be able to throw it in reverse and see that light back here, giving you a little bit of a view on what we've got and what we're working with there. So here on driver's side, same thing. You've got your hooks, your tie rings on the outside. There's 8 of them on this side. Again, 16-inch awning lights, got a couple of them. One about center, and then this one's actually centered between the escape door and the front tack room, just because they're access points. You do have the escape door at stall 1 with a chest bar. If you need to get in there, you can. If it's just storage, it's nice to be able to have this door right here to access it while you're traveling. My gloves are freezing to everything that's wet right now when I touch it. So front of that is going to be the other door going in that front tack room. Same thing, carpet on the door, set of bridle hooks there for you, brush tray on the door, fold up step. So those access points are exactly the same. Again, we've got a switch right in here, and then accessing directly into our front tack room. All right, so again, this is the Cimarron Winstar. This is an 8-horse that we're looking at. Unfortunately, it's not available, but if you wanted something like it or close to it, you can just reference these numbers for us. The stock number is 5N231603. Again, it's a 2024 Cimarron Winstar 8-horse. So we do take trade-ins, so if you're looking to upgrade, downsize, we can help you there. Financing is available and delivery is an option, so we could potentially bring the trailer directly to your door. So give us a call. Anybody on our sales team can help you out. That number is 303-684-3400. Thanks for tuning in. Have a good day.